For every celebrated YouTuber who reinvented themselves and won hearts, there's a rebrand that crashed and burned. Starting with Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado Avocado was once known as the most insane mukbang YouTuber on the internet. He would scream, cry, break things, fight his boyfriend, and eat huge piles of food, all in one video. Every thumbnail looked like he was suffering. He got more and more views the worse things got. He started off as a skinny vegan violinist, but over the years he became a 400-pound meme. People would call him the human train wreck, and even he joked about how messed up he was becoming. He was making millions of views just from eating and losing his mind on camera. But then, something weird happened in 2024, when out of nowhere, Nikocado uploaded a video, and he was skinny. He had lost over 250 pounds, and everyone was shocked. Wait, wasn't he just crying over pizza last week? Well, turns out he had recorded his mukbangs in advance and kept uploading old videos. So while people thought he was still eating fast food every day, he was actually on a weight loss journey the whole time. In an interview with People magazine, he said this was all part of a plan. I wanted to prove how easily people believe what they see online. This is the craziest plot twist YouTube has ever seen. But that wasn't the case with Belle Delphine. For a brief moment in time, Belle Delphine was the internet's favorite e-girl. She wasn't just popular, she was everywhere. Pink wigs, cat ears, a cheeky grin. Belle didn't even have to speak much. Her presence was all about aesthetic, soft, weird. She felt like if anime came to life, her rise started around 2018. Back then, she wasn't known for anything explicit. In fact, most of her early popularity came from her YouTube videos and cosplay photos. Fans loved Belle because she played with internet culture instead of following it. Then came 2019, when Belle announced she'd sell jars of her bathtub water for $30 each. She posted a teaser video of herself in a bathtub, swirling water into a jar, and the internet exploded. The jars sold out in 2 to 3 days, and her Instagram followers soared past 4.5 million. But this is when things took an unexpected turn. What started as cosplay and jokey thirst traps slowly turned into full-blown adult content. She launched an and began posting NSFW material. She wasn't just being cringe anymore, she was being controversial. She went from trolling simps to actually becoming the thing she used to parody. Then came the bans. In July 2019, her Instagram gone. YouTube also demonetized her content, and TikTok didn't even let her get started. And yet, she kept pushing. She returned in 2020 with a full-blown adult content career. The girl who once had the internet wrapped around her finger was now being called a product of everything wrong with online fame. A walking cautionary tale of what happens when you chase virality over values. Moving on to Bryce Hall, who gained popularity through his TikToks and was a central figure in the Sway House, a collective of TikTok creators living in a Bel Air mansion to make viral content. Sway House brought him millions of followers and fame, but also controversy. Neighbors reported non-stop noise, fights, parties, minors were present, packages blocking streets, and vandalism. Hall's reputation as the party boy was cemented. Multiple legal issues piled up: arrested for drug possession, charged for violating COVID-19 quarantine rules, hit with lawsuits over alleged assault and emotional distress from altercations at his own parties. He was hated for being loud, reckless, and seemingly unrepentant. But by late 2020, Bryce made an unexpected shift in his content. In interviews, Bryce began opening up about mental health, bullying, and the pressures of fame. "I practice authenticity, so cancel culture can't cancel me because I already say it myself." And it wasn't just talk. He invested in startups and expanded his newly launched energy drink brand into Walmarts and 7-Elevens, and shifted publicly toward a business-minded image. As Bryce added layers, boxer, entrepreneur, mental health advocate, his persona changed. His bare-knuckle win in 2023, followed by acting roles like Skill House 2024 and podcasting with Tana Mongeau, helped humanize him. His self-awareness is impressive. He seems more tolerable now, as long as he stays away from drama. That early hate faded into nostalgia. His fans began seeing him less as a boy who partied and more as someone who learned on camera. And next is Vitaly Zdorovetsky. There was a time when Vitaly was one of the most loved pranksters on the internet. Known for his bold, hilarious, and outrageous stunts, he gained millions of fans with his confidence and wild personality. But over the years, that same personality became the reason many turned against him. Vitaly's journey started on YouTube in 2012 when he posted a prank titled "Miami Zombie Attack Prank." That video blew up and showed the world what kind of creator he was going to be: fearless, edgy, and controversial. Shortly after, Vitaly posted Russian Hitman Prank, where he pretended to be a hitman dropping a suspicious package near strangers. It was fake, sure, but it felt so real that viewers were stunned, and they loved it. That prank got over 25 million views. At this point, he wasn't just a funny guy on YouTube, he was a superstar in the prank world. Everyone knew who Vitaly was. His fame kept rising, especially when he pulled one of his boldest stunts ever. At the 2014 FIFA World Cup final, Vitaly ran onto the field shirtless with "natural-born prankster" written across his chest. The cameras caught him, and people couldn't believe it. He was arrested, but fans treated him like a legend. It was clear Vitaly didn't care about the rules, and that made him exciting to watch. But that excitement came with a cost. As the years went on, the pranks started to feel more intense. Sometimes sometimes too intense. In 2016, he released a movie called Natural Born Pranksters, a full-length film about his prank career, but unlike his YouTube videos, this movie flopped hard. Critics said it was mean-spirited and forced, not funny. Fans started to question if Vitaly had lost his spark. Things got worse in 2019 when he tackled a new kind of stunt, streaking. During the Champions League final, Vitaly's girlfriend at the time, Kinsey Wilansky, ran onto the field in a swimsuit with Vitaly Uncensored written on it, a shout out to his adult website. It got massive attention, and she even gained over 2 million Instagram followers overnight. But while some found it funny, many thought it was just desperate. Instead of making great prank content, it looked like Vitaly was chasing clout in any way possible. Then came the real turning point. In April 2020, Vitaly was arrested in Miami after allegedly assaulting a random woman who was jogging. According to police reports and news outlets, serious injuries and needed stitches around her eye. Vitaly was charged with aggravated battery, a serious offense. This was the moment everything changed. The fun-loving prankster they once admired was now being accused of violence. For many, this wasn't just a mistake, it was the end of their support for him. Vitaly tried to make a comeback by posting an Instagram photo after his release, shirtless and smiling, saying, "No matter what happens, I always stay smiling." But it didn't work. The internet wasn't laughing anymore. His website, Vitaly Uncensored, which featured NSFW pranks and adult content, also became a target for criticism. People accused him of going too far for attention, crossing moral lines just to stay relevant. The views weren't what they used to be. The hype was gone. And most importantly, the trust people had in him was broken. In later interviews and posts, he tried to defend himself. He said he had gone through a mental health crisis during the time of the assault. He even claimed that he was working on bettering himself. But by then, it felt like too little, too late. What made it worse was that Vitaly didn't show much public regret. Unlike other creators who faced controversy and tried to make amends, Vitaly leaned into the chaos. He played it off, made jokes, and tried to act like the same wild prankster. What used to be edgy and funny in 2014 now felt tone-deaf and immature, and Vitaly didn't evolve with it. Today, his YouTube channel still exists, but he's far from the superstar prankster he once was, and he's only set himself up as an example of how fast fame can fade. Then there's Gideon Adams, who played things out almost the exact opposite of Vitaly. Gideon burst onto the scene in 2018 to 2019, pulling bold stunts and pranks that earned him millions of views. He filmed public chaos, sneaking into NBA games to sleep in courtside seats, causing disturbances at the US Open, and even getting banned from NBA events after sleeping during a WNBA game. Fans initially loved the chaos, but soon, people realized his stunts were more mean than funny. He's just messing with people now, not funny anymore. Used to fuck with Gideon, this shit is cringe. Then came the bans. First, Twitch banned him permanently after encouraging hate raids on streamer Pokimane. He was also arrested during a public stunt at University of Houston, and even detained at the Louvre Museum in Paris for trespassing. By mid-2022, the internet had grown tired. Many criticized his brand of prank humor as tired, harmful, and uninspired. That's when, in September 2023, Gideon made a huge change. He deleted most of his old prank videos, said he was turning his life to Christ, and started uploading Christian content on a new channel called Gideon. He explained in a video titled "Why I Deleted All My Videos. If I'm gonna truly give my life over to God, I gotta also take out the wickedness I put into." His new content was calm, sermon-like. He mocked prank culture, encouraged faith, and even ran charity streams. But most fans were confused or upset. "I loved his videos. This God stuff feels wrong for the channel. He deleted everything all at once, just quitting like that." Others accused him of hypocrisy. He's fake Christian, did it to cash out after being cancelled. By early 2024, Gideon made a quiet return to mainstream content, but with a new mindset. Instead of going back to pranks, he started uploading reaction videos, gameplay content, and commentary on his past controversies. He also returned to streaming on Kick and Twitch after successfully appealing his bans. He even experimented with more serious content, like his EDP Watch series, where he posed as a minor to help expose online. While some fans were excited to see him back in action, I'm glad he's back. The Christian stuff got boring. Some questioned if his return to edgy content meant he was backtracking on his beliefs. He said he deleted everything but re-uploaded old videos. Was it all a stunt? Gideon himself admitted the struggle in one stream. "I feel like a ticking time bomb," referring to the pressure of balancing faith, fame, and sponsorships. Despite the mixed reactions, many fans accepted that he was simply trying to find his place again. And now, Gideon is seen differently. He's still funny and bold, but with a deeper sense of purpose. Instead of being known just for trolling, he's recognized for being real. He made mistakes, grew from them, and chose to keep moving forward. That honesty is what many fans admire most, and why Gideon is finally getting the love and respect he once only dreamed of. But that was nothing compared to RiceGum. At one point, RiceGum was the face of YouTube flex culture. In 2016 and 2017, he blew up with diss tracks, roast videos, and flashy vlogs. He had the perfect recipe for early YouTube success: drama, controversy, humor, and just enough charm to make it entertaining. His "These Kids Must Be Stopped" series series, where he roasted cringy Musical.ly stars, went viral. People loved it. He was seen as funny, brutally honest, and someone who said what others were thinking. Then came the diss tracks. Rice Gum took YouTube beef and turned it into music. Zit's Every Night Sis diss on Jake Paul was a smash hit, racking up over 200 million views. For a while, he was untouchable. He hung out with other big creators like FaZe Banks and Alyssa Violet, lived in a mansion, and flexed luxury cars and designer clothes daily. To his fans, he was winning, and they loved watching him live the dream. But things started changing fast. People began noticing how much of his content was built on bullying. Over time, what once seemed funny started to feel mean-spirited. His jokes came off as arrogant instead of clever, and when he was called out, he rarely took accountability. One major turning point was the mystery box scandal in 2019. Rice Gum promoted a sketchy gambling site called Rebrands, where fans, many of them kids, could spend real money on virtual loot boxes. Some claimed they were scammed. When backlash hit, Rice Gum brushed it off with a half-hearted apology and gave away Amazon gift cards like it would fix everything. It didn't. Another big blow came when he started making fun of a assault survivor, mocking her appearance and story in a video. Fans who once found him funny began calling him out for being tone-deaf and cruel. His reputation tanked. More people began unsubscribing, and creators who once worked with him stayed quiet or distanced themselves entirely. Then, Rice Gum disappeared. For long stretches, he stopped posting altogether. He'd pop up occasionally with clickbait thumbnails or random vlogs, but the hype was gone. Fans grew tired of the flexing, tired of the lack of growth, and tired of waiting for the old Rice Gum to come back, only to get more of the same. What used to be seen as funny confidence now looks like ego. Instead of evolving with his audience, Rice Gum got stuck in the past. And while his fall wasn't one big crash, it was a slow fade, from loved to tolerated to widely disliked. Moving on to Sneako. Back in 2022, Sneako's name was basically internet poison. He went from a thoughtful, artsy YouTuber to a chaotic red pill live streamer overnight. He started excessively yelling on stream, mocking women, and flashing guns during the beef with Moist Critical. YouTube eventually banned him. Twitter roasted him daily. People called him Tate Jr. and a walking L. He moved to Rumble, doubled down, and for a while, it looked like he'd gone full villain. But then came a surprising turn. In early 2024, Sneako started changing. Slightly. He still streamed on Rumble, but the tone shifted. He apologized to Moist Critical, admitted to being childish, and even said, "I'm not proud of everything I've done." For the first time in a while, people saw a crack in the persona. He stopped yelling so much. He started posting more balanced reactions. Instead of just dunking on TikTok girls, he reacted to news, culture, and real conversations. He even collaborated with creators who used to call him out. One viral stream had Sneako calmly debating a feminist creator without screaming, and viewers were shocked. Wait, is this the same guy? Then came the biggest shift: vulnerability. Sneako started talking more openly about his past mistakes, his struggles with identity, internet addiction, fame, and the pressure to play a character. He admitted he got lost in the algorithm, chasing outrage for views. Fans respected the honesty. Feels like he's finding himself again. Slowly but surely, the hate faded. People who swore they'd never watch him again were back in his comments. By mid-2025, Sneako had become a strange redemption arc. Not perfect, not a saint, but definitely not the villain he used to be. But nothing comes close to JoJo Siwa. For years, JoJo Siwa was the internet's favorite feel-good icon. The bright bows, rainbow outfits, and boomerang dance moves soared on Nickelodeon. Kids adored her. Parents praised her positivity. She felt like sunshine in human form. Her message was always, be yourself, be loud, be proud. Her fandom grew into millions. Parents felt safe letting their kids watch her. But things started going downhill in April 2024, when JoJo released her first adult single, Karma. The music video was a big departure from her old image. It showed her doing suggestive dances, grinding on women, and partying on a yacht. On top of that, she claimed she had invented a whole new genre called gay pop, which sparked a ton of backlash online. With the choreography labeled as unprepared and her lyrics cringe, she followed with more dramatic moves, fake pregnancy pranks, public breakup rumors, and shifting romantic headlines like dating a straight reality star. Criticism eventually led to her being dropped by her record label in June 2025. What started as an uplifting child star image crashed into adult identity experiments.